I'm here in Manchester, Tennessee at Concord Cemetery, and I'm here to tell you about the legend of Sadie Baker, the supposed witch of Manchester. Okay, first off, before this video starts, let me show you how to locate Sadie Baker's headstone. The entrance is right there. You come over the railroad tracks and up this driveway. You'll see the Concord Cemetery sign. And as we turn, we're going to use this tree as a reference. So as you walk to this tree and you stand beside it, as you turn, there it is. There's many different variations of this story. I'm going to keep it like the way I got told. So as the story goes, there was a girl named Olivia Shelton, and she was in town, and this goes back to many different variations of the story. I don't know really what town that she resided in. All I know is it was a surrounding town, so it could have been Manchester, it could have been Tullahoma. But she was out running errands, and she looked and saw this cloaked, dirty, haggard-looking woman looking for pennies and looking for coins, looking for any type of money or anything on the ground. So out of an act of kindness, she walked up to the lady, and she could tell that she was dirty and filthy, and she wanted to help her. So she's like, hey, you're gonna come home with me, we're gonna clean you up and stuff. Olivia Shelton took the woman back to the house, took her cloak off, washed her, bathed her and stuff, and after they cleaned her up, the family, which Olivia lived with her parents at the time, her family realized that this haggard woman was this beautiful, stunning lady. Now, the folklore I heard, after they cleaned her up, Olivia was like so proud of how she cleaned up the woman. She took her out to the town, you know, and back then they was suitors. This was in the 1800s, and all the men just could not get over how beautiful this woman was. So whenever Olivia and the woman came back home, there was a lot of attention on that lady. So as the days progressed, many suitors kept coming to the house, and one of the suitors was a wealthy gentleman that supposed to have been betrothed to Olivia, from what I've gathered. The Shelton family was not about to have it. Back then, in the 1800s, suitors was wealthy gentlemen. There was people that could take care of, you know, of a family and stuff, and that's, you know, kind of what parents back then was, you know, pushing their daughters toward. That way they knew they'd be taken care of, you know, financially. Well, once word got out, the mother of Olivia went and told preachers in town, pretty much got everybody in on saying that she must be a witch, she must bewitch the town. So long story short, they got an agreement. They came to the Shelton residence. They had like a big long like tree trunk, I guess you could say, and they bounded the lady's hands and feet to it, and then they walked her all the way up to where we're at here. They had a hole dug and put her in it, and they asked her what her final words were, and the final words that was spoken was, I am Sadie Baker. Now, after her final words, she said that I am Sadie Baker, there was a story that she was just buried alive. But the folklore that I heard is that she was buried alive with stones. And if you look, you can still see where these are. Where the other graves and stuff are, there's no other stones like that where this is. So after this happened to Sadie, legend goes that Olivia went on to marry the suitor that she wanted, but she could not get over how beautiful that Sadie was, and how all the men just, you know, wanted to be with her. So she went mad, and supposedly last thing they heard from her saying was she was screaming in the bathroom and ran out in the woods saying, I'm Sadie Baker. So that's the folklore around here. As far as like finding proof on the internet, I've kind of did a little research and stuff, but I never saw anything. With the pattern of my videos, I'm pretty much just going on hearsay. That's how things was back in the day, and I miss that. You'll keep hearing me saying, you know, people can look up anything on the internet. If you go back to my other videos, I say that all the time. But back in the day, like, stories was about all you had. So I mean, like, the folklore, you know, that was something, you know, that was kind of, you know, passed down to, you know, to your next generation and stuff like that. So the folklore now, still to this day, is if you come to visit Sadie Baker's grave, you're supposed to leave coins, and you can leave dimes, quarters, nickels, pennies, whatever. Some people say that she gets offended by leaving pennies, but I've never heard that. I just always heard it was just leave coins for her to, you know, pay respects. So guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I appreciate you very much for checking out this haunted Tennessee folklore, if you will. It's a sad story, but this folklore will live on many years after I'm dead and gone. But if you do want to come check out Sadie Baker's resting spot, just be kind of mindful that it's in like kind of a small neighborhood. There's actual houses. You can probably hear them mowing right now. But yeah, just be respectful and mindful as anytime you go to a cemetery, of course. But I definitely appreciate y'all guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.